Good day, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. So, I've been observing both in the comment section and messages coming out of the Ethiopian state, whether it is the Amhara region or the federal government. They are talking about red lines, they are talking about utilizing the full quote unquote defensive capability of the Ethiopian army to allegedly push back the Tigrayan Defense Force. But what I would ask is this. We know that the Tigrayan Defense Forces, with the taking of Waldea, or the siege that has completely encompassed Waldea, the penetration to Lalibela in excess of 100 kilometers, even further to the southwest of Gashina. Well, what is the red line? If the red line is not a 100-kilometer penetration of the front lines and the seizure of major towns and city, then I would ask, what is the red line? Now, this would lead one to deduce that there either A, is no red line, or B, the capabilities to enforce a red line are simply not present. And I would have to wager that there is simply no capability to enforce a so-called red line. It is simply rhetoric and untruthfulness coming out of the state media of Ethiopia and the Amhara region. It is doing this obviously out of necessity. There has been a tremendous amount of military setbacks. There has been significant battlefield defeats. There has been significant battlefield casualties. And there has been the loss of many towns and cities, again, deep inside of the Amhara region, to include other regions of Ethiopia as well. So I would say there may be a red line in fiction, but the reality of being able to enforce red lines, to conduct these great mythical counterattacks, are simply not present. Yes, resistance is present, and there will be continued resistance. But if there was the capability to conduct a counteroffensive, I think we would have already seen it prior to the fall of Lalibela, prior to the envelopment of Waldea, prior to the penetration and the near seizure of Debark. These are tremendous setbacks, and if they are not red lines, I don't know what would be the definition of a red line. And as we speak now, yes, forward reconnaissance elements of the Tigrayan Defense Forces have indeed penetrated as far as Debre Tabor to the north, and then possibly even to the south of the highway, of the 22 highway near Debre Tabor. Now, granted, these are not very large units, but again, forward reconnaissance elements conducting probing operations to determine the capabilities of defensive operations and defensive assets that the Ethiopian state may have positioned in that area, and the Amhara militias as well. But again, I would really have to take it with a grain of salt, the rhetoric that is coming out of the state media of Ethiopia. Have a great day, everybody.